Soldier Field where this afternoon Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Jermaine Dye, Jim Thome, Paul Konerko and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Carlos Zambrano and Lou Piniella's crosstown rival, Chicago Cubs. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With former Cy Young Award winner Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson. As we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set, it will be the rubber match. We have had two extremely exciting ball games. Cubs took the opener by a score of 5-4. A couple of big home runs for them in that one. Then yesterday, Gordon Beckham's hit. Sox won it 8-7. So this afternoon, in the rubber match, Johnny Danks.
Rubber match not only of this series, but of the season series. It's 2-2. The games have been just terrific, and John Danks goes to the mound. Back on June 17th, he was absolutely brilliant against the Cubs. He went 7 innings, he struck out 9, didn't walk anybody, and he got the win. This year, he's 5-6 overall, looking to even his record today. Carlos Zambrano goes to the mound. He's 4-2 this year, and he's thrown the ball real well, especially the last 5 times out. He hasn't gotten a whole lot of support, but his ERA in his last 5 starts is 2.04. He's a tough customer. This is going to be a good one today. And, Hawk, let's hope the offense shows up.
They did yesterday. So sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Go to MidasChicago.com for valuable savings. Honda. Test drive a 2009 Honda today at your Honda dealer. McDonald's of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Dedicated to giving you the security to experience wellness everywhere. The all-new 2010 Lexus RS. Reinventing the vehicle that invented it all. Aflac. We've got you under our wing. And by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on.
Welcome back to U.S. Cellular Field on a beautiful day in Chicago. And let's take a look at the comparison between these two teams in the 70 games played. As you can see, they've split them right down the middle. Wins by 1 run favor the Cubs. Runs favor the Sox by 3. The batting average a little higher for the Cubs, but the home runs a little higher for the Sox, and ERA considerably lower for the White Sox. And this series this year has been hotly contested between the two teams, tied at 2, and this the 5th time they'll meet. So our Southwest starting lineups for the Cubs. It'll be Soriano leading off, playing left field, then Terrio at short, Bradley in right, Lee at first, Fox the DH, Soto, who's been red hot, is the catcher, Ryan Friel in the game at third base, Fukudome in center, and Blanco at second base. He's been hitting the ball well. The Lowe's defensive setup and how they'll line up left to right: Posednik, Wise, and Dye. In the infield, Beckham, Ramirez, Getz, and Konerko. A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate. And the U.S. Cellular starting pitcher is John Danks. Looking for his 6th win, trying to even it up at 500, ERA 4.43. As you can see, walk to strikeout ratio very good. Left-handed, right-handed, not that much of a difference. And so on a day that's a whole lot cooler than it has been for the series, here are the conditions: 79 degrees with only 35% humidity, winds out of the northwest 15 to 25 miles an hour, and it is bright sunshine. The umpires for today's game: Brian Runge behind the plate, Darrell Cousins at first, Bill Miller at second, and Angel Campos is at third. So with the starting pitch just moments off, I'll turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. Rubber match of this 3-game set, and once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Alfonso Soriano is in there. He is waiting for Johnny Danks to climb up on top of that mound and throw the first pitch. Soriano comes in hitting at .231, 14 homers, 32 driven in. And that is ball 1. That is ball 2. Soriano has faced Danks 3 times. He's 0 for 3. Cubs come in at 35 and 36, hitting at .247 as a club with a 3.93 ERA. And there's a shot into left center field. It's going to be a base hit. As quickly Wise gets over, makes a perfect peg to second to hold Soriano to the single.
Posednik initially thought he had a shot at this ball. And so instead of rounding it off, he went straight across, and the ball was on its way by him before Dwayne Wise made a terrific play. Ordinarily, this is 2 bases. It keeps the double play in order for Terrio. And if Lou wants to shake things up early, this will be a hit-and-run situation.
Terrio hitting at .287, 6 homers. He's driven in 28. Soriano, 7 for 9 in stolen bases. Beckham at the cut of the grass at third. As that pitch up high.
John has to be careful, being still a very young pitcher, to try to control the adrenaline here in the first inning and not overthrow everything. When you do, you have a tendency to leave everything up high.
Well, the one pitch he cannot afford is that changeup. As there's a strike. If he leaves that one up high, somebody's going to take him right on out of here.
Well, Terrio's been trying to pull just about everything, and when Von Joshua took over as the hitting coach in place of Gerald Perry, he told him to go back to what he does best, which is right and right center field.
Decent lead, as there's a strike, and the count 1-2. That's a decent lead by Soriano.
Well, Soriano hasn't seen the good move of Danks yet, and that's what he's waiting for. John hasn't shown it to him. Now he's got a much bigger lead at first. Now's a good time.
That's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. These two teams have met 70 times over the years, and each team has won 35 times. So it just goes to show you, regardless of what the records are or how either team is playing, when they meet, throw it all out.
Be gone. That was a good straight change. Steady diet of hard stuff and then the straight change, and he gets Terrio. It's not location, it's velocity that fooled him there, because that ball was right down the middle.
Plus it was up just a little bit. But when Danks motion, when he's in sync, That changeup, without question, is his best pitch. And here's Milton Bradley.
Pretty good hitter from the right side. Not a real good year from the left side.
Takes in, ball one. Bradley hitting at .236, 5 homers, 16 knocked in.
Bradley's rounded into 6 double plays, evenly divided, 3 and 3.
He has faced Dank 6 times, has 3 hits, 1 homer. Cubs come in. They've played 13 interleague games. They are 6 and 7. Sox come in. We have played 16 interleague games, and we are 10 and 6. And there's the strike. 1-1. Derek Lee on deck on yet another beautiful, beautiful day here in the beautiful city.
Bradley taking a long look down at Mike Quaddy, third base coach, and all he sees is that Quaddy is almost in left field.
2-1 to count.
And he is way back there.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, that's like the Mark McGuire third base coach.
He did not go. So the count 3-1.
I think this is a real good time to use your best move over at first base. Matt Sinatro is talking with Soriano. Might be telling him to watch the good move here.
Now feel about equidistant, just about straight away.
Looked like he swung at that and he kept running, and Darrell Cousins said no. Take another look from the side. Pretty close. Got the benefit of the call, and 2 on and 1 out.
For the first baseman, big Derek Lee has been swinging the bat extremely well. There's first pitch strike. He is hitting 23 of his last 24 ball games. Soriano. Now long look like. There he goes. Now time is called.
It's a good thing because he would have stolen, and someone has to go to second base to get him at least taking a step back because he was off to the races. And it's a good thing that Derek Lee called timeout. Look at that jump.
Lee can use a whole yard to hit in. Just gets now. He's going to stand a little closer. Big hack.
That was a tremendous moving straight change. Take a look at this. Comes up there and just dies away from Lee.
The 0-2. Going to get Lee at first, and that is out number 2. So Soriano into third, Bradley into second. Another good pitch by Danks.
Now I'm going to go out and see how they want to work Jake Fox, who is a dead first ball fastball hitter. Yesterday, 5 straight flyouts to center field.
He has been swinging a hot bat. And about 99% of the time you get a guy swinging a hot bat, you better pitch him inside. The reason they are swinging a hot bat is because they're getting pitches out over the plate to hit, and they're killing them.
Well, I think probably what A.J. said is, let's try to jam him off the plate. You've got first base open. Let's pitch him like you got first base open.
Pitch him inside. Either the individual or a club collectively. Ducks on the pond with 2 down. And that changeup tailing away just off the end of the bat.
Well, the defense in the infield, at least, is playing him as a dead pull hitter. You've got Beckham over toward the line and deep. You have Ramirez very much in the hole at short.
Beckham several steps off the line at third. And that pitches into the LG Skyline Club seats.
Back-to-back straight changes. And both times he had Fox well out in front of him.
Well, Danks has got one of those change-ups that you can look for it, get it, and still not do anything with it.
If it's down and away and moving away from the right-hander, the right-hander has some problems.
Turn that sinker over. 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the first inning.
Make it just close enough, but just off the plate. You're talking about a guy that has 1 walk this year and 43 at bats. He likes to swing the bat.
He gone. And that'll do it. Couple of strikeouts for Danks after a half inning of play. It's the Cubs nothing and the good guys coming to bat.
DH and Paul Konerko, A.J. Pierzynski, Chris Getz, Gordon Beckham, and Dwayne Wise playing center field, hitting 9. Belo's defense, Soriano, Fukudome, Bradley left to right with Friel, Terrio, Blanco, and Lee. Soto behind the plate. And the U.S. Cellular starting pitcher, Carlos Zambrano, looking for his 3rd loss, ERA 3.48. 72 2/3 innings, 33 walks, and 63 strikeouts with 3 wild pitches.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as first pitch strike to Scotty Pods. Hitting at .319, 3 homers. He's driven in 20. 6 for 10 in this series with a homer. Had a homer and 3 RBIs, 4 hits yesterday.
Zambrano is capable of throwing that fastball at 96, 97 miles an hour. But he's much more effective when he's throwing 92 or 3 and having it sink.
Field way off the line at third, even with a bag. And if you missed that home run yesterday, poof.
4 for 5 yesterday. That was a hanging splitter.
He knew it. 1 gone.
Zambrano throws one right over the middle of the plate, and Scott was guessing ball.
Right there. So here's Alexei. Ramirez hitting at .261. 9 homers, 36 knocked in. That's a can of corn right there to Bradley. So with 2 out, let's check out our Heineken picks to click. Jim Angio, our Hall of Fame director and the crew. Well, he went with Jermaine Dye. Lisa, Tex, Steve, they're going to go with Paul Konerko, and our Hall of Fame director, Jim Angio. My pick to click today. Happy birthday, big guy. And many, many more. We're going to go with Dwayne Wise.
Dwayne Wise is starting to swing the bat real well.
JD takes that pitch nicely. 4 for 19 lifetime off Zambrano. Ball just dove in on him.
Zambrano has always had great stuff. That's never been the problem. The problem has been harnessing that stuff. He's won 18 games 1 time. He's averaged less than 14 wins per year, but you can see 37 over 500.
Wow. Jermaine did not like that call from Runge.
Take another look at it. 2-0 pitch. That ball starts out inside and stays way inside.
That's a wide plate right there. And the count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Tomey on deck. Off the end of the bat, up the middle. Terrio right over the top. Got him. A 1-2-3 inning for Zambrano, and after 1, no score. Giovanni Soto, Ryan Friel, and Kosuke Fukudomi here in the top of the 2nd inning. Soto hitting at .228, 7 homers. He's knocked in 24. First pitch strike. Soto has faced Danks 5 times. He has 1 hit. And there's strike 2.
Last year, The radical departure for the Cubs as they led the National League in runs scored was the fact that their on-base percentage was higher than it had been in years. And that really isn't the case this year as they come in with an on-base percentage of .323.
Out and around it. Down to Beckham. 1 out. Well, when your third place hitter, he's got 16 RBIs here on June 28th. That's not good. And then you combine that with Aramis Ramirez, probably the best 7th, 8th, and 9th inning hitter they have on the ball club. His absence, that's double jeopardy.
They got Milton to drive in runs from the left side.
Friel, 2 for 15. Takes strike 1. Sox will conclude this series, this homestand. Head on out to Cleveland for a 3-game set there, and then mosey on down to Kansas City for 4. So a 7-game road trip coming up. And after today's game, the Cubs will board their charter and head on out to PNC in Pittsburgh.
See the battling Buccos, who currently occupy last place.
They're only 5 games back.
They're 5 games back and only
four in a row.
4 games under 500. They've won 4 in a row, and they've got a youngster, the name of Andrew McCutchen, who's taken over in center field after the trade for Nate McLouth. And I think AJ might have gotten nicked with the last foul ball.
Has a little shank into center field, so a little duck snort for Friel.
I think one of the things that Fukudome showed in the game yesterday was he can hit the ball inside, and if you get a guy who has a tendency to spin off, he's going to get a good look at that inside pitch. And that's the ball that he rifled into the corner late in the game from Aaron Pareda.
Well, especially a fastball inside from the left-hander. Just got a piece of that one.
That one was way inside, and he fouled it right off his left leg. AJ wants it outside, and John misses his spot, but catches a spot on the leg of Fukudome.
Fukudome hitting at .264, 5 homers. He's driven in 23. Just a few puffy white clouds in the sky. Just a beautiful day. And the count 0-2.
Looks to me like, number one, this is a good pitch to run, but also Friel's taking a tremendous lead off first base. That'd be a good time for John Danks' best move to first.
AJ kept it in front of it.
It's one of the reasons why I like to run on 0-2, because you figure the pitcher's going to bury one in the dirt. AJ does a nice job of making sure that this ball doesn't get further away, and he freezes Friel at first.
And while we have a moment, I want to send out a big shout out. Congratulations and happy 34th anniversary to 2 members of the White Sox family, Cindy and Tracy Williams. Tracy, of course, 20+ years as eye doctor for the Sox. Happy anniversary. wonderful, wonderful people. One out, 1-2. Here in the top of the second. Only thing I don't like so far, Johnny's working very slow.
Runge called that one up a little too high. So it evens the count.
Real good lead at first. He gone.
Looked like a slider or a cutter away from Fukudome. We talked about left-handers spinning off the ball, and when they do, the ball away, and you see the spin off the ball, you got no chance.
The middle out spinners, and you don't see a lot of spinners, not as many as there used to be. They've gotten away from that over the years. But you better pitch them away, especially if they have any power. As here is Blanco. Andres hitting at 250. No homers he's driven in 7. He's 3 for 8 in this series.
And he's been a better hitter, although a less frequent hitter from the right side, hitting 308. And right-handed, he's been trying to pull the ball. Left-handed is where he hits the ball all over.
All Sox fans know that Johnny Danks much more effective when he works quickly. That's high and wide. In fact, our ball club, when we play quick ball games, as a rule, we play very well. When we don't, we play long ball games. We usually play poorly.
The last time out, John Danks had a rough first 2 innings, worked very slowly, then speeded it up and was untouchable.
That is high. Alexei got plenty of room. Couldn't make it.
That ball's got to be caught. I think Alexei kept looking at Posednik, but Posednik wasn't going to get it. Now, this is not an easy play, but the ball was up a long time, and someone has to get that ball.
Well, it's Alexei's play all the
Yeah.
way. I mean, he's got the speed to get there. He just drifted. That's his problem. He just drifted and drifted and drifted rather than get there very quickly and then making an adjustment.
Well, you run to the spot and then you drift with the baseball, and unfortunately he didn't do it. So the Cubs get another out, which is something you really hate to give any team.
If you're going to drift, as you youngsters out there, if you're going to drift, you're going to have some problems. You got to run over and then make the adjustment. Ball gets away from Konerko.
Well, John was paying so much attention to Friel. He had almost thrown 2 away before that sequence, and this goes as E1. I think if we take a look at Friel, he has almost no lead. That error number 58.
And the 1-1 pitch. That's high. Something that was completely unexpected. How poorly we have played defensively.
There's no question, and that makes the pitching even that much more special because they pitched over it a lot.
And now Fields into third.
Well, pretty much what AJ is saying. If you're not going to watch him, I'm not going to throw it because the only thing I can do is throw it poorly and give him third base. There's 2 outs. He hits a 5-step jump
3-1 pitch. Yeah, nobody would have ever suspected, guessed, or whatever how bad we've been defensively coming out of spring training. Payoff pitch, and that's popped up, and they'll retire the side. So he pitches over the arrow, and after an inning and a half, still not a. Inning as that pitch is upstairs. Big Jim hitting at 244, 13 long ones. He's driven in 42. High in the right field, got in on him.
July 8th at 7-11. It's the White Sox versus the Indians. You can enjoy postgame fireworks presented by Comcast Sportsnet. For game tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
That'll bring up Paulie hitting at 292, 12 long ones. He's driven in 46. Lifetime against Zambrano's hit him well, 7 for 25, and of the 7 hits, 3 of them stayed in the park.
There's not a lot of right-handers that can say that against Zambrano, who throws from low 3/4 and throws hard with good sink.
That's into the gap. So Paulie in the second picks up his 16th double. We'll cancel the postgame show.
And you've had good luck against a pitcher, and a pitcher certainly knows that you have hit him well. Occasionally get a little careless with the first pitch, and that ball was on the outer third, but very hittable. And a ringing double for Konerko.
AJ is 5 for 17 lifetime against Zambrano with a homer. Takes first pitch strike. AJ with a couple of big RBIs yesterday.
For those of you who might have missed it, Cleveland Indians started the unloading process by trading Mark DeRosa to the St. Louis Cardinals to join Albert Pujols and company. Albert's 28 home runs and 74 RBIs are remarkable at this point. And Mark DeRosa, 13 home runs, 50 driven in. Somewhat remarkable when you think that Derek Lee leads the Cubs with 39. And they moved DeRosa for 3 young pitchers.
One out. Paulie at second. And Zambrano with a 1-1 pitch. AJ trying to take that one into left center. Zambrano, a big man, 6'5", 235 pounds. AJ, a big man, a 6'4", 230.
Well, AJ weighs 230. Carlos waved bye-bye to 235 a long time ago.
He might be the best athlete on that team.
Well, there's no doubt that he can hit as well as any hitter, usually field as well as most of the fielders, and of course one of the better pitchers in the league. So
not many guys on that club going out running either.
Nope. Or out punch him.
That's into left field. Soriano. And that's out number 2. So it's up to Chris Getz. Try to find a way to get a base hit, get Paulie home. Getz hitting at 232, a homer. He's driven in 15, looking for his first hit in this series.
Well,
Those two games very, very exciting.
Well, they were just great. The game yesterday was phenomenal. Lead changes and all the things that went on. And my personal feeling is, although I didn't have near the stuff as Zambrano, with a rookie in the on-deck circle, I would not give Getz anything too hittable here.
In my career, you know how you form your own philosophies and your own thoughts. It pains me to put somebody on. Absolutely pains me. I hate to see guys. Now, if you're a guy, a pitcher, who you know, you're established, you know you can get that guy in the on-deck circle, no problem. Go right on around him.
Maddox used to do it with regularity. He wouldn't put you on intentionally, but he would throw you pitches out of the zone and invite you to get yourself out.
We had a nice discussion about that going around the golf down in Atlanta. Yeah, he knew who his out guys were, and he would go around the ones in question to get to them. Tom Seaver was the same way. That's off the fist. Most good pitchers. But then again, you've got certain managers, they just will not allow pitchers to go around guys. They do not want men on base. Except if you're talking about the 3rd, 4th, 5th guys. That's low, full count.
It was a nice stop by Soto. Soto started this season, had a sore shoulder, got off to a terrible start. He's starting to really pick it up. He's throwing much better. He blocks pitches very well. And he was last year's Rookie of the Year. So they kind of expect that out of him.
And that's ball 4. And that'll bring up Gordon Beckham. And here's what happened yesterday.
Escanio threw him a first ball fastball up and out over the plate. He drove it over the head of Bradley. And got a pie for his efforts. A victory and a pie.
Scotty.
And then just for good measure, they gave one to Scotty.
I mean, Scotty said, hey, guys.
He called it a sneak attack.
That's inside.
Well, apparently Jermaine had a little pie left and figured, well, let's see. There it is.
This guy says, man, if it wasn't so big. Because that's inside. So 2-0 the count to Gordon, who's 3 for 7 in the series.
He looked down at Jeff Cox, and Jeff Cox just gave him the swing away motion and hit the ball hard to left center.
There's a strike. Outfield slightly to the right. Big gap out there in left center. And Freehold well off the line at third. Right there.
He throws a little cutter. The pitch before was a fastball, but that was a little cutter that he starts on the inside and breaks it over the plate. You can see the spin. That's a tough pitch to hang with.
And that's popped up. Now Soriano picks it up, makes the catch. And that'll retire the side. Have a little mild threat there. We'll go to the third. It is still goose eggs.
It's beautiful there, but tell us a little bit about it.
And it's about baseball, so it's going to be even better yet. But it's January 10th through the 17th. The White Sox are hosting the first annual in Glendale. It's about camaraderie. It's about baseball. It's about having fun. And I've been doing it for 14 years, through the last group. And it's just a great way to meet new people, and it's just an awesome friendship that comes from it.
And for all of those folks who have never been to one, you learn how to catch lineouts like that on the first pitch. But outside of that, you also learn a whole lot about what it is to have a week in the life of a major league player in spring training, and that has to be a blast for those guys.
Oh, absolutely. They put on the uniforms. Come Sunday night on the opening banquet, everybody is all excited for Monday. Tuesday, they're feeling good. By Wednesday, they're all hurt. The trainer's the most important person in the whole camp. The Aleves and the Advilles are leaving. But, you get a chance to be with the Moose Gower and Harold Baines, Greg Walker, Mark Salas, Carlos May, Bill Melton, the camp director. He's that because he can pronounce everybody's name perfectly each time, but it's well organized. It's fun. The teams are divided up with each former major leaguers are your coaches. We go out there. There's no set requirements to go. We just want to go out there and have fun and win some baseballs.
And give us the number once again for the White Sox Fantasy Camp Hotline, and let our folks know how to join up.
Yeah, if you're interested, call 312-674-5444. It's the cost is $4,195. It's a great deal. You know, all the other camps are compatible. The White Sox are only going to do it first class. It's in Glendale, a great field, great complex. I'm glad I'm part of it. It's a lot of fun. I've made a lot of friends over the years that I immediately keep in touch with day in and day out.
Well, Ron, thank you very much. We appreciate it, and hopefully you guys will have a full camp, and I know it's going to fill up quickly.
I hope so. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you having us on.
Big man from Gary. Looking good, Kitty. 2 down here in the top of the third, and that'll bring up Milton Bradley. I know one thing. If Kitty's going to be around, they're going to have some fun.
Well, it's really a terrific experience. And, Hawk, I was a manager of the first fantasy camp ever. And that was in 1983, and along with a former Cub legend, that was Charlie Grimm. We managed what we called the Misfits at the time, which was all the businessmen that came down. And it was just a thrilling experience for them. And I know now everybody has the fantasy camps, but it's a great week.
And they've got all the oxygen bottles. As that is popped up. Nice inning for Johnny Danks. A quick inning, working quickly. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go the bottom of the third. 0-0.
(741,000) to book your warning track party today, or visit whitesox.com for more details.
And don't forget about the Bertucci boys out there in the patio area.
Well, Dave Cella's not forgotten about him because he's chomping on one of the Bertucci burgers right now, and they are great.
He's always chomping on something. Dwayne Wise will lead it off here in our half of the third inning. 0-2-0 for them. 0-1-1 for us. Dwayne 2 for 8 lifetime off Carlos Zambrano. Off the end of the bat. So 1 out. We go back up to Scotty Pides, who was called out on a pitch that he knew was right there.
Well, Houston beat Detroit 8-1 yesterday, and I saw Felipe Paulino, the starting pitcher, throw. Boy, was he tough for those Astros.
That game is scoreless today. That in the top of the fourth, down at the juice box.
Go Houston.
Minnesota.
That's all right. Put the speed burner on base. Of course, it's easy for me to say I didn't get hit in the 5, but now Blanco wants to come in from second base. Came in a few steps to find out. That's exactly what Zambrano was going to do with Ramirez.
Alexei went out to right field. Takes first pitch strike. That's just the fourth guy that Zambrano has hit this year.
This is a hard combination to run against. Zambrano is one of the quickest in the league unloading the ball to home plate.
Derek Lee is on his toes. Get a guy bringing some heat over there like Zambrano. Long set. And that's inside 1-1. Outfield, they are spread out straight up, and Fukudomi very deep in center. Cues that one, and the count 1-2.
The only guy that can set up with any part of his anatomy in foul territory is the catcher. And as you can see, the back foot of Derek Lee, well, there he's fine. No, he's not, actually. He is in foul territory with the left heel, and you're not allowed to do that. You can see it right there. And apparently neither Brian Runge nor Darryl Cousins is looking at it.
Now, too much time, that's called. Well, occasionally you'll see a first baseman set up with that heel across the line. Not very often. Not very often.
If you do, then it's up to the manager to aggravate that first baseman by going out there and complaining.
That ball hit deep in the left center field. Soriano looks up. You can put it on the ball. Yes. So he puts a speed burner on first base, worries about him, makes a mistake to Alexei, and Alexei burns him. 2-0 Sox.
That's number 10, and RBIs 37 and 38. And Alexei had a big hit in the ball game yesterday against Marmol, who threw a hard slider that wasn't a strike low and away, and he just flipped it into left field to score the tying run. And the Ford home run replay. This is a hanging slider up out over the plate. Zambrano got under it, and Ramirez got over it.
First pitch strike to Jermaine. That's the second home run that Alexei has hit off Zambrano. That's what happens a lot of times. Get a little cute. You hit a guy who can run. Then you have to worry about him on first base. You go over there 4 or 5 times. Vary your rhythm, your deliveries to the plate, and you hang one.
Zambrano only 7 home runs given up now in 80 innings of work. So he doesn't give up too many. But I think Alexei hit one in the second row in Wrigley Field against him this year.
The 1-2 delivery. And of course, with that home run by Ramirez, the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 87, so $8,700 donated by Alex Nelius in loving memory of Ursula. Just off the inside corner. Minnesota now leading St. Louis 4-0. Bottom of the third in Missouri. Two down. And here comes Big Jim. Slide out to right field. Checks it up, takes strike one. Change up. Cincinnati leading Cleveland 7-1. Big rip. 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, you can't blame the Indians for starting to unload that ball club. They're 11 games back of Detroit. They're 2-8 in their last 10.
And there's a base hit. They started unloading last year.
Well, one of the guys I think they should unload is a guy they won't unload. And I say that because he's a terrific player, and it's their right fielder, Shin-Soo Choo. Every time I watch him play hockey, he hits everything in sight. And he made a bullet of a throw home in the game yesterday.
After a double clutch.
Yeah, to cut down a base stealer. Well, he is some player.
He's a good base player. He's a good player.
Yes.
He is a good player. Saw that when he was with Seattle, that he had a chance at big upside.
Well, he also had Tommy John surgery since then.
He's just a solid player. But he's not. They're not going to unload him because he doesn't make any money.
And, you know, they've talked about Cliff Lee possibly, but that's a pretty good pitcher to think about dealing. Certainly there will be some folks interested in Kerry Wood, but I don't think for that price tag, $10.5 million a year for next year, as well as half the salary for this year.
Paulie had a double his first trip. And the count 2-0. Paulie now with 16 two-baggers this year.
Well, Carlos was a little unhappy with Don Cooper, who criticized him for the tantrum that he had when he broke the Gatorade machine and a number of other things that he said about him. And
what did he say?
Well, he said that Carlos has to grow up if he's ever going to be a pitcher, and he's got to learn how to control his emotions and a number of other things that were absolutely true. And then Carlos looked at Don's lifetime pitching record, which is less than spectacular, as we know. I think it's like 1-6. But the point is that Don Cooper does have a World Series ring. Carlos doesn't. And Don Cooper does his job real well. Carlos is good at his job, but could be a whole lot better. So I think it's called attacking the straw man. When a guy makes a criticism and you say, well, what has he ever done? Well, he's been on a World Series winner.
I love Coop. I like Rambrano, too. As that is high pop up into left field. Soriano fighting that sign and the win. Now makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. But Alexei Ramirez got a hanger. Hit it out of here. It is 2-0 White Sox. First pitch down low. Derek grounded out softly to second base. There's a strike. Some other scores. Bottom of the fourth in Atlanta. 2-0 Braves over Boston. Kansas City shutting out Pittsburgh. 3-0 that game in the sixth inning at PNC. There's a strike.
And Houston shutting out Detroit. Go Houston.
3-0. Bottom of the fourth. Not a Minute Maid. The 1-2 pitch. Reach out, hooks it. High off the end of the bat into the hole.
Now it's time for our Aflac trivia question. What former White Sox manager was a Gold Glove winner with the Cubs in 1969 and 1970? I know that one.
So here's Fox. Struck out on a good changeup. Fouls that pitch away.
Fox has only grounded into one double play in 44 at bats. That's because he does have an uppercut swing. I'd love to see a ground ball here, however.
Out in front of that changeup. And the count 0-2. Outfield straight up there, spread out about equidistant. There it is. Crack him up. Nice pitch by Danks, had him out in front.
That time Johnny Danks quick pitched him a bit, didn't use the high leg kick, and when you speed up that motion, occasionally you get some awkward swings.
Well, the last thing you want to do is speed up that motion and then throw a fastball. Here he speeds it up and throws the changeup.
And has Fox well out on the front foot. So he's 0 for his last 7 in this series.
Soto grounded out to Beckham. And the count 2-0.
Soto's been consistently trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. That's why a changeup away or a good sinking fastball away is a pretty good pitch.
Another change right there.
Good change, but it's
bad spot.
Yes, it was a bad spot. Sometimes you get away with those.
Comes right back at him. Another nice inning right here for Johnny Danks, working quickly. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Pierzynski, Getz, and Beckham.
Locations throughout U.S. Cellular Field. Office Max, hometown sponsor of the Chicago White Sox.
Here's Pierzynski. A.J. went out to left field. Now 2 for 7 in the series with those 2 big ribbies yesterday. That's off the outside corner. Broken bat. Derek Lee.
And A.J. has to go back and get another one, as that one drops harmlessly foul.
Another $95 bill just bit the dust.
Outfield straightaway very deep. Fukudome plays everybody very deep in center field, which is fine if you hit it deep, and not so good on loopers.
Back to the middle. So A.J. now 1 for 2. More importantly, the leadoff man aboard.
This one goes right back up the middle, and Carlos actually vacated the position as he falls off to the first base side. That one went through his legs, I believe. Did. Nice time for a bunt from Getz.
Hit and run on. Pops him up. Too many pop-ups, too many fly balls lately for young Chris.
And we'll take a look at the Aflac question and then the answer. The former White Sox manager was a Gold Glove winner with the Cubs in '69 and '70. It was my former teammate, Don Kessinger, who managed the Sox in 1979.
So here's Beckham. Popped up to Soriano and left. That ball hit down into the corner. Stay fair. Dadgummit, just foul.
And A.J. was running. He would have scored on that ball as it rattled around in the corner. So a couple of them just missed this inning. A.J. has a couple words for Zambrano heading by. Unfortunately, at the last instant, this one hooks, and you can see clearly foul. And A.J. going on another hit and run. With A.J. running, you best make some contact.
Well, he did. Unfortunately, just a little too hard.
I think Derek Lee was a little surprised that Zambrano went over there. Not to denigrate the speed of A.J. But he does have 1 stolen base this year.
The speed of A.J.
Oh, yeah. The flying feet of the Pierzynski. He's a kid who ran 1,000. He's 1 for 1.
And that's the count. 1-1. Pulled his head off that just enough. Rainwise on deck. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-4-1 for our Sox. 0-3-0 for their Cubs. Watch out. 2-2. Angel Campos.
So nice effort by Friel. Would have been a base hit, but unfortunately this one did not cross the bag in fair territory. It hit in foul territory, but that doesn't matter.
So So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down. Short lead by A.J. And there's a shot into right field. A.J.'s going to make the turn going to third. So runners at the corners and 1 out on a nice at bat right there by Beckham.
That's going to be the ability that is going to allow Gordon Beckham to be a big run producer in this league. Taking the ball the other way on a pitch that was moving inside and inside out in the ball. Just great piece of hitting. And Beckham, who came an eyelash from a double down the left field line, takes this one to right field. If they can't defend you any one way and can't pitch you any one way, you can't help but be pretty good.
Well, he top-handed that ball. That you don't see that very often. Most right-handers are going to hit that ball to right field. They're going to get underneath it with the right hand. He got on top of it. Pitch out, nothing on. So that's unusual.
It's unusual that Larry Rothschild, who's probably calling pitch outs, would think that with a left-hander up and A.J. at third, the squeeze would be on.
Wise grounded out to second base. And the count 2-0.
Best arm in the outfield is Fukudome when he plays right field. He's got a pretty good arm, but he's very deep in center.
Big hack by D. Wise. Come on, big guy. Short and quick. No big swings.
Lately, Dwayne is hitting the ball with authority. A little looper will do here.
Pretty good lead by Beckham. There he goes. And that is by the second baseman Blanco. Ozzie got his boys running out there as A.J. scores, and it's 3-0.
Run would have scored anyway. It's RBI number 3 for Wise, but they chose Blanco covering at second base with Beckham running, and he was just out of position. Blanco, who's got great hands, does a nice job of just getting his glove on the ball. As he moves to the bag, has to redirect and can't come up with it. So a meeting at the mound, and Zambrano, the #1 starter on this team, having some problems.
I doubt if they would have turned 2. There was a possibility they may have turned 2 right there on Wise if he'd have held his ground and Terrio had covered. Meanwhile, the movement, that's what you want to do. Get the other team, the opposition, moving guys around in the infield. Anything can happen.
Well, talking with a lot of people associated with the Cubs, they said if you pressure this particular Cub team and make them execute, they're not going to do it very often. That's one of the reasons why, with all this talent, they're sitting under 500, and they do have a tremendous amount of talent on this team.
Scotty Pides 0 for 1 last inning with 1 out.
And Zambrano's really lucky because that ball should have been in center field and would have been, but a good throw, and they picked Beckham off second. Terrio got him Beckham. That's a planned play out of the meeting, and Zambrano just almost threw it away. If he doesn't hit Beckham with it, and as you can see, a good throw's got him, but he hits Beckham. That ball is 8 feet wide of second base.
Gordon's still walking around out there, trying to walk it off.
Well, that will have a tendency to shorten up your lead.
Among other things.
Yes.
Scotty Pides.
Now we have a new White Sox leading hitter with runners in scoring position, and it is Scott Podsednik.
Takes a strike, and that evens the count at 1. Low and away.
Zambrano about ready to make his 68th pitch, and there's one out here in the 4th inning, and this is what you want to do. Get him with a high pitch count as early as you can.
And that's outside. So 3 balls and a strike. Made a good pitch on him right there. So full count.
He took a little something off, and this ball just dipped out of sight. Baczynski's got no chance on it. And that ball probably caught the corner of the plate. That's just unhittable. You take that and you just hope for a more hittable pitch the next time.
Watch out. They got him.
You know, once that happens once to you, you can't allow it to happen again, but you got a very young player, and very young players are going to learn those lessons that the major leagues have to teach you. That turns out to be very big for the Cubs.
He turns and burns on that one. High foul. Wynn trying to bring it back a little bit.
"70 pitches for Zambrano. Scotty doing a little house cleaning. Can't get it off his glove at this point.
Outfield swung around to the left, equidistant, spread out. And the payoff pitch. Off the end of the bat. Field comes up with it. Now underneath. Makes a good play. Gets him. Sox do pick up a run. We'll go to the 5th leading 3-0. Top of the 5th inning, lower third of the Cub order. Friel, Fukudomi, and Blanco to face Johnny Danks. First pitch slowing away. Friel. That little duck snort single. A little flare in the right field.
Well, he hasn't shown yet that he will pull it back and bunt it, but that's always been a part of the arsenal of Ryan Friel. He does have very good speed.
2-1. Houston leading Detroit 2-1. That game in the top of the 6th down in Texas. Come back and get him, make him hit his way on. The dreaded leadoff walk.
Watch batting practice in the first half hour of the game at your patio party. Treat your group of 20 or more guests to an unlimited buffet and drink package. You also receive discounted tickets for the game. Book a patio party today. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com.
So the leadoff man aboard via the walk, and here's Fukudome, who struck out his first trip.
This has not been a running Cub team. They swiped just 31 bases, including the one today. But Friel is one of the guys that will run. He was a recent addition. Joey Gathright going to Baltimore. Ryan Friel coming to the Cubs.
High and wide, 1-1. Gap out there in left center. How about it, boys? Rack 'em up.
Well, Alexei does a 360 for whatever reason. I have no idea, but it worked. And by doing the 360 spin, it allowed Fukudome another step and a half. He still couldn't beat it. Gets him by just an eyelash at first. A lot of flair. A little of it unnecessary.
So here's Blanco. He popped up to Alexei. Takes the bunt and takes the strike.
Wise is very shallow and just a step or so over into right center field. Last time out against these same Cubs over in Wrigley Field, John Danks was brilliant. 7 innings. He didn't walk anybody and he fanned 9, and he won that game.
Ball hit foul.
Blanco's been a pretty good addition to this team. He was with Kansas City. Cubs got him as a free agent. Had a couple of shots with Kansas City. Didn't do all that badly. A lifetime .252 hitter. Plus, he probably has the best hands on this team.
Inside out. That one to Getz. Got a peg. Yes. Nice play. And that'll do it. We're halfway home. It is 3-0 Good Guys. Ball falls in off the bat of Alexi Ramirez here, leading off in the bottom of the 5th inning. Alexi now 2 for 3, a 2-run homer back in the 3rd inning.
The home runs were on identical pitches. The home run back at Wrigley Field was on a hanging slider, and Alexi hit it out for a 2-run homer. And then the homer in the 3rd inning was also a hanging slider, also a 2-run homer. And that time, the reason why he looped a base hit to center field was Fukudome plays 380 feet from home plate.
He is back there. There's a shot base hit by Jermaine. So something cooking here. First 2 men aboard.
Zambrano has now given up 8 hits in 4 innings. And this is a rocket. Trying to sink that ball inside to Jermaine, but Jermaine loves the ball high on the inner portion. And Lou is talking with Larry Rothschild. Probably about get that bullpen up. And that's exactly what he did.
Chopper right side. Blanco gets it over to Lee, so 1 out, ducks on the pond, and that'll bring up Konerko.
Here's where Paul has a little protection, because Konerko has really hit Zambrano well, or as well as most right-handers can hit him. And you have AJ coming up next. I don't think you want to pitch around Konerko to get to AJ.
So now they bring the infield in. Outfield, Fukudome very deep out in center. They're spread out. 3-8-1 for our Sox. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for their Cubs. Breaking ball off the plate.
David Patt, Rule 5 draft, loosening up in the bullpen. Patton 3-1 this year.
That's on the inside corner. Well, the Cubs are going to have some problems with only one left-hander down in that pen.
And that left-hander is primarily a starter, and that's Sean Marshall.
That's unless you've got some lights-out right-handers. It's tough to go with one left-hander in today's game.
Well, they've got some right-handers.
They got a whole bunch of right-handers.
Yes. But the lights-out aspect has eluded them this year with the trouble of Carlos Marmol.
We got 6 right-handers down there. It's Canio, Gregg, Hart, Heilman, Marmol, Patton.
And there's good arms, but Marmol, 38 walks in 35 1/3 innings. That's somewhat remarkable. And there's a man charged with turning him around. Larry Rothschild.
Got him, he knew it. So a big strikeout right there.
Now they put Pierzynski on first base, and I believe take their chances with Getz. That's that little cutter Zambrano uses. This would be a very difficult opportunity to squander, and I don't think Carlos wanted to walk Pierzynski. That's why I think Soto's going out there to talk with him.
That's one of the things I like about Zambrano. He is so competitive. And does he go over the edge sometimes with it? Sure, but that's the way competitive guys are. He just doesn't think that anybody walks up that plate with a bat that he needs to walk.
Well, that's one of the reasons why he's averaged less than 14 wins a year with the league's best stuff. Pitching to quality hitters here with a rookie on deck. But Carlos is competitive.
That's inside. This is one of those times where this is, for the most part, a no-doubter. I mean,
maybe he'll make a mistake in trying to pitch around it.
Two 2-0.
Nobody in that dugout yet is telling Soto 4.
Gave him a good pitch to hit. AJ couldn't do anything with it.
Zambrano gets real lucky because he throws a little cutter right over the middle of the plate.
And the count 3-1. If he makes a mistake, 12, burn it.
Swung a ball 4 there. That was a fastball up and out of the zone.
So a full count. And that is foul. AJ started off last inning with a sharp single right back through the middle, back through the wickets of Zambrano, and scored. AJ in a swing mode right now.
A little too much time taken for AJ's wants. AJ's walked just 12 times this year and 225 at bats.
Now Sosa just wants to be on the same page.
I think Soto is telling Zambrano something he doesn't want to hear. I think in that meeting, Carlos probably has a deciding vote.
Giovanni now talking it over with Runge. So here we go. Ducks on the pond, 2 out, full count to Pierzynski. And Lee on the line where he should have been. They get him, and that'll retire the side. So the Sox have an excellent opportunity, cannot cash in, but it is still 3-0 good guys. The hump, trying to get back to 500 and get chances like we just had. It's tough to bowl.
Well, It certainly is a situation that you should have come away with at least one. Nothing happened in that inning, so now it's up to John Danks to make it hold up. He does have a 3-run lead. But as we've seen in this series, Hawk, this Cub team is starting to hit the baseball again. They didn't hit it for a long time, but they just have to get their guys hitting to their lifetime averages, and they're going to score a lot of runs.
Soriano was 1 for 2 last time up. Just hit a screaming Mimi right at Gordon Beckham. Hang Wolfel. 1-1 to count.
John's given up 3 singles through 5. He's been pretty good so far.
One and 2 to Soriano. And that's base hit.
Like a high changeup. Soriano coasting into second base.
Picks up his 17th two-bagger.
It's a high change over the inner portion. Very few guys will miss this.
Yeah, that's just a terrible pitch, especially in a 1-2 count. That is where you've got to say to yourself, if I miss, I'm going to miss down.
If this is going to be a tough inning to get out of for John Danks, if he does, he'll be in great shape because he's got to go through the top of the order for the 3rd time.
That's up high to Terrio, who has struck out. That was on a changeup, and he's gone out to center. And that's a souvenir right side. Detroit has tied up Houston at 2. Tigers hitting in the top of the 7th.
Terrio's been one of the Cub better hitters with runners in scoring position. This Cub team is last in the major leagues in that department. Hawk, do you believe that that trade of DeRosa might start to loosen things up in the trade market?
Yes. Yes.
So that's the first big domino to fall?
Yeah, usually it takes one to start it, and then it escalates from there. As a rule. Sometimes not. Most of the time, yes. Little ground ball right side. Gets him over. And that's out number 1.
Well, now with that trade of DeRosa to St. Louis, where he can certainly fill a couple of holes, certainly one at third base, and then the versatility that he's shown, and give them another run producer at 13 home runs and 50 runs batted in. But it puts the ball squarely in the court of both Milwaukee and the Cubs. If not to make a corresponding move, then to make a move to get a little bit better, because St. Louis has already done it.
Well, I don't think there's any question that it's certainly going to help the Cardinals. That's a big acquisition for them. As here is Bradley, who has walked, and he has popped up to second.
Infield back. They're going to concede the run on a ground ball.
Yeah, they want the outs. That pitch inside. Change up out in front. Well, the Cubs, to me, again, it's a little bit mystifying. Winning 97 last year and then breaking down the club.
I think it's startling.
But in their division, as in our division, I've said it before and I'll say it again, if they can get healthy and Ramirez comes back, and certainly if Carlos Quentin can come back for us, we're going to win our division. And I think the Cubs will win their division. Three and one to count. Derek Lee on deck.
Bradley, a natural right-hand hitter with much more pop from this side.
There's a good strike.
And Milton doesn't know it's a strike yet. But Brian Runge will tell him. And now Brian is discussing it with Milton.
Now throwing your number one best changeup. Big on.
The man at third with less than 2 outs. When a hitter fails to get him in, it draws the ire, certainly, of the manager, and in this case, the fans who've been waiting for Milton to expand upon those 16 runs batted in that he's had all year. And that's a big out for John Danks. But now you got to get by another red-hot hitter.
Good change up from Danks as here is Lee. Breaking ball, no. Can't ease up. And the count 2-0.
Well, he's the number one run producer on this team, and he can't afford to walk a situation that brings a tying run to the plate.
And there's a strike. Come on, Johnny, compete with him right here, buddy. Inside 3-1. Jake Fox on deck.
90 pitch mark for John Danks.
And that's ball 4, so that will indeed bring the tying run to the plate.
Third walk for Danks.
Fox has struck out. That was on a changeup. Then he hit into a 5-4-3 double play on a changeup. 39,745 in the house.
Jake Fox leaves nothing to the imagination with each and every swing. He tries to hit every pitch out of the park.
Turns it loose. And the count 0-1.
He crowded him with that. Looked like a cut fastball. Put it in a great spot.
That changeup blowing away. Anything but the changeup. It's got to be inside the Fox. Another one. That's down low, and the count 2-1. Big man right here for Johnny Danks. Change up. Good one. Good motion.
He had Fox swinging at the motion here. And this is in a perfect spot. When John executes like that, he's tough to beat. That ball was low and away.
And going away.
And going away. One more of those, and this at-bat's over. He steered that one inside. That means that now Derek Lee will be going, and on a double will most likely score. So this becomes the biggest pitch of the ball game to this point. Giovanni Soto in the on-deck circle, and he does.
He had two entirely different motions on those last two changeups. Two entirely different motions. Payoff pitch, big pitch.
Instead of a changeup, he tried to cut a fastball inside and missed with it, and here comes Don Cooper. Now you're in a situation where the tying runs at first.
Just give him something positive right here. Give him a little breather. Something positive. He has thrown 99 pitches up there. So here we go. Sox packed with Cubs. 3-8-1 for our Sox. 0-4-0 for their Cubs. And here's Soto. He is grounded to third and grounded back to Danks. Starts him off with a change.
Sox are playing Soto as a dead pull hitter in the infield, and I mean with Beckham over on the line and Ramirez as close to Beckham as you can get without shaking hands.
And he's playing him perfectly. Can he go to third? Get him, yes! Playing him perfectly in that hole. And that'll retire the side. A big, big out. And we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. It is still 3-0 Sox. First.
This 3G network, AT&T, your world delivered.
So a big play, big out to end the top of the sixth, and here is Chris Getz against Carlos Zambrano.
Two real good pitches by John Danks against Soto. A changeup, and he cut the fastball in on his hands, And the defense playing him radically shifted as a pull hitter was perfect.
Well, in that particular play right there, there is an opportunity, not being a third baseman, that Gordon Beckham could have got caught up in the moment and not been there. As there's a base hit into right field. Here's the throw to second base, way off the mark. So the leadoff double by Getz here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
The Sox are going to run on Milton Bradley because although he does have a strong arm, he very rarely throws it on the money. And Getz taking a fastball out over the plate, driving it down the line. Bradley gets to it, but this throw is nowhere near second base.
All right, we got to execute here. We have got to play just some ABCs and get this man in.
We'll bunt it to Friel.
The only play is the first base. So a good bunt by Beckham and gets into third.
Good execution by Gordon Beckham. Last year, about this time in the College World Series, he was tied for the lead in home runs in the country. So you don't think he got that many opportunities to bunt, but when called upon, he did it perfectly.
Getting a little love down there for that. I love the bunt.
And deservedly so.
I love the bunt. Always have, always will. First pitch strike to Wise, who had an infield single and knocked in a run back in the 4th inning.
This is a huge run to drive in for Dwayne Wise.
Infield in. Gap out there in left center. Fukudomi has come in a little bit now from that deep position. And there's the throws it away. Get scores. It is 4-0. Yes!
And Zambrano airmails Soto. They guessed right. They called the pitch out on the pitch. And Carlos Zambrano just threw it far enough so that Soto had no chance. Watch it again and watch how wide this one is.
So gets a stolen base.
And then he hits Wise, and he's got to get a warning right there. There's no doubt in my mind. You want to know why Zambrano never won more than 14 games? You're taking a look at it right there. It's his mistake when he throws wide of the plate, then he hits the next guy.
Yeah, that's Bush.
There's no question.
That's Bush. That is a Bush move right there. That's just all there is to it.
And Ozzie is going out, taking a look at Zambrano. Probably wishing that Carlos was hitting in this series. He's not. Get a little braver when you don't. And now Brian Runge talking with Lou Piniella.
Well, I don't think that's an issue with Carlos, but the only thing he's got to understand is just because he's 6'5", 230, this is one game little guys aren't afraid of big guys.
Nope. I don't believe any warning was given. And we'll watch it again. And Zambrano just threw it and hit him in the butt. And now he's telling Wise to come on. Well, he can't hit the catcher on a pitch out. That's a good sign.
Try to get him again. time he did that, he hit Scotty Podge with one out, hit him right in the thigh in the third, then started throwing over there. Then he hung a slider to Alexei, and Alexei hit it out of here for a 2-run homer. Safe.
Stolen base by Wise. The second stolen base of the inning. And we'll see if Carrió came in front of the bag to get that throw. It looked like Soto made a pretty decent throw. He just didn't get him. He got the elbow when the hand was on the bag. Good slide by Wise, and then he hooked it with his leg.
And the count 3-0.
Bullpen continues to work for the Cubs as Carlos begins to unravel.
And that's both. What? Man, you gotta be kidding me.
Take another look at Soto's glove and watch how far he moves it. And that's going to be it for Zambrano. He's going to leave this one. And David Patton's going to come in the game. Carlos doesn't know he's out of the game yet because he's got his back to Lou.
So, Zambrano departs.
.3-1 record, ERA 5.75. Right-handers have hit him a whole lot better than left-handers. And he was acquired from Cincinnati for cash considerations December 11th of 2008.
So here's Alexei, 1 out, 2 on. Big swing and a miss. Alexei 2 for 3, a 2-run homer back in the third inning.
The Reds actually drafted him in the Rule 5 draft from Colorado. So it applies if the Cubs, for whatever reason, don't keep him on the Major League roster. They have to offer him back to Colorado.
That evens the count at 1. Houston now leading Detroit 3-2, bottom of the 8th. down in Texas. And that's popped up. Soriano broke back. Now coming on. Ball falls. Everybody's safe.
Soriano broke 3 steps back and then couldn't right the ship to come on in. Ramirez will take the gift base hit. And watch Soriano here. Watch what he does. He breaks back and realizes that he just misplayed it. Terrio has no chance, but Terrio's a guy that goes out into straightaway left field and catches the ball.
Well, Terrio's been getting his workout when he's been in the game. He's been planning to play short and left center. So here's Jermaine. He's 1 for 3. Takes low ball 1. Don't help him out. Madden, 25 years old, 6'3", 205, out of Seattle, Washington.
13 walks in 20 innings, so he doesn't hit the strike zone a whole lot.
Hits it there with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball to even the count at 1.
Plenty of speed on the bases as far as the Sox are concerned. Probably their fastest threesome.
High pop-up. Terrio now fighting it, and everybody's safe.
Well,
they got to call the infield fly rule. They call the infield fly rule, so Jermaine is out. Runners will advance, which Dwayne Wise did. He scores.
And I tell you what, I wouldn't have called the infield fly rule because Terrio had his back to the infield. You usually wait until the you usually wait until the infielder is facing home plate.
Well,
this is a terrible call.
That's what Ozzie is talking with the crew chief Darryl Cousins about.
That is a terrible call by this umpiring crew, and Ozzie is saying, look, he never was in position to make the play. He had his back to the infield. Well, the run is going to score, but the Sox got a bad break. And right there, when Terrio turns his back to the infield, I mean, Angel Campos is calling an infield fly rule, but with the wind, the sun, and everything else, the fact that Terrio got turned around, I think Ozzie has a legitimate complaint.
So it is called. The run does score. There's 2 outs. And here's Jim Thome. Big Jim is 1 for 3.
And it has to go as a run batted in for Jermaine, and it has to go as a pop out 6.
That's way high. I don't know. That's right on the edge right there. Right on the edge. As they got modified shift on. And that's chop foul. So 5 runs, 10 hits. 1 error for our Sox. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for their Cubs. The 1-1. And the count 1-2. Thome went out to right, singled, threw the shift back in the 3rd, and then he grounded to 2nd. It was a productive ground out because it moved Ramirez and Dye to 2nd and 3rd. Breaking ball lays off of it.
Well, both of the guys that Zambrano hit, Osednik in the third, Wise here in the sixth, both scored, and all 5 so far charged to Zambrano.
Just got a piece of it. You could see that Campos called that maybe just a hair early. But again, with the sun and the wind, that's right on the edge. Big hack into the lure, but the Sox push across the pair. And we'll go to the 7th. It is 5-0 White Sox. I don't think I would have.
No.
But only because of the elements.
Yeah, but
that's it.
That's it.
Want to know the count to Friel. And the count 2-0. Friel has singled. He has walked.
Bullpen up and going for the Sox. A long half inning for John Danks. And he's at the 103 pitch mark.
So Friel is hit.
And I believe that is a warning to each side. Ozzie just laughing.
And that'll bring up Fukudome, who has struck out and hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Takes a strike.
The reason he's gotten Fukudome out is he's stayed away.
One and one to count. And that's popped up left side. Beckham. Fighting that sun, shields it nicely, makes the catch, out number 1.
You have both your sunglasses and your glove to help you with pop-ups. You also try to get a bit of an angle. And Beckham did it perfectly.
So here's Blanco. He has popped to short, and he's grounded to second. Getz made a nice play on him. Had to brush it. Gap out there in left center. Softly hit.
Looks like he got nothing on the throw, but it was a slow developing play. It would have been a tough play to turn 2. But coming across the bag and a little flip to first. Odds are you're not going to get anybody with that one. But they do get the lead runner.
So they go back to the top of the order with Soriano, who is 2 for 3. A single, a double, and a line shot right to Beckham at third.
Soriano's hit the ball harder than anybody in that Cub uniform today.
He's had 3 good at bats. Big hat. Cincinnati beats Cleveland 8-1. Philadelphia over Toronto 5-4.
And they're charging Terrio with an E6 on the die ball and no run batted in for Germain.
I don't agree with that call unless there's something in the rule book that stipulates other. That is, he never touched the ball. The infield fly rule as he strikes him out. 7th inning stretch. Sox lead at 5-0.
God Bless America is performed in support of our country and our men and women stationed overseas. Here to sing for us today, Sox fans, please welcome Chicago's own Amanda Schnoebelen.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Go Chicago!
First pitch inside to Paul Konerko, leading off here in the bottom of the 7th. Sox lead at 5-0. Konerko 1 for 3. And the count 2-0.
Carlos Zambrano went 5 1/3 innings, gave up 5 runs on 9 hits.
Smoked right to Soriano.
Visit your friendly neighborhood Culver's restaurant and enter the Kid of the Game sweepstakes for your chance to announce play ball from the field prior to a White Sox home game. Visit your local Chicagoland or Northwest Indiana Culver's restaurant for details.
So here's AJ, and while we have a moment, I want to send a big shout out to our crew on United. Jackie Updegrove, Tanya Coppola, Maria the Greek, Andrionis, as there's a base hit by AJ, so he is now 2 for 4.
And also a big happy birthday greeting to our splendid director, Jimmy Angio.
Not picked a click with me today. And also Suzanne Paulicki, and we couldn't do it without Mark Sparky Seipold.
Sparky's the best.
So here's Chris Getz. Takes first pitch strike. Chris is 1 for 2, a double and a run scored. He started off at 6 with a double down the right field corner.
He's got line break loosening in the pen. John Danks has been brilliant through 7.
Danks, he'll battle you. He will compete with you. That's backing out of play, and then a count 1-2.
Back on the 17th of June, John went 7 innings at Wrigley Field, gave up 5 hits, just 1 earned run, struck out 9, didn't walk anybody. So in 14 innings, he's given this team 1 earning.
And there's a base hit. Got that breaking ball up. So with 1 out, have 2 on. And here comes Gordon Beckham. Gordon is 1 for 2 with a beautiful sacrifice bunt.
Last line drive came an eyelash from hitting AJ on his way to second base.
Good check. Outfield really spread out. Broken bat. And the count 1-1. Of course, after the game, Sox will conclude this series, and it's homestand. Head on down to Cleveland tomorrow night. Gavin Floyd against Carl Pavano. And let's check out our upcoming Felco schedule for you. On Tuesday, Clayton Richard against Cliff Lee, and on Wednesday, Jose Contreras against Jeremy Sowers. You see the Monday and Tuesday games right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Wednesday on WCIU Channel 26. Breaking ball misses. Detroit has come back to take a 4-3 lead now, hitting in the, well, it's in the bottom of the 9th.
Fernando Rodney trying to nail it down.
And that's up high. 3-1 to count to Beckham. into left field. Soriano. And that's out number 2.
Last inning, things started to fall apart for Carlos Zambrano. That was on a suicide. They called the pitch out, and that one went well wide. Then he hits Dwayne Wise and doesn't even come close to Scotty Pods. Lou comes up. That's it for Carlos as he departs.
As the count 1-0 to Wise. Dwayne 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Also a stolen base. To the shortstop. Right over the top. And that'll retire the side. Get a couple of hits, strand a couple. Meanwhile, we'll go to the 8th, leading 5-0.
Cub batting order. There you look at some pretty good numbers by Scott. Great job by John Danks. 7 innings, no runs, 4 hits. He walked 4, fanned 5. But he held this Cub lineup, which had been scoring a few more runs of late, completely at bay.
So here's Terrio. Takes it outside. And Pat Boyle back in the studio. Beckham even with the bag off the line at third. There's the strike on the outside corner. Terrio has struck out, gone out to center, and grounded to second. Yeah, Johnny will. Coming into the day, had a 1.38 ERA against the Cubs in his 2 starts.
Well, he was just pretty tough today. In fact, 2 scoreless innings. Sox finally broke through in the 3rd, but John just kept putting up zeros.
That is fouled back.
Matt Thornton is standing there, not throwing yet, but in case anything might get going, he's ready to go.
And that's up high.
Kevin Hart loosening in the bullpen for the Cubs.
He gone.
Good fastball on the outside corner. For the second time today, Terrio goes down on strikes. Pitchers could put it there consistently. Too many guys would hit. Ted Williams called that his 240 zone.
What's wrong with that?
And if he hit 240 there, gives you an idea about what he did in the rest of the spots.
Now, Ted got to the point that he wouldn't swing at it and the umpires wouldn't call it.
That's a good position to be in.
Bradley 0 for 2.
The big out from Bradley came with Soriano at third base and only one out in the sixth inning. And John Danks got him on a changeup and struck him out and got out of the inning after a couple of walks on a big pitch to Soto.
Fastball high. And the count 2-1. Come back and get him. No walks. And that is popped foul, and that's going to be in the seats. So another full count. Good, solid, strong, battling effort today from Danksy.
Well, if John Danks does indeed win this game, and that is in the hands of the bullpen now, he will even his record at 6.
He gone.
Milton's just getting overpowered from the left side on fastballs. He was tardy on a 3-1 fastball, fouled it over the dugout on the left side, and then Linebrink just threw a fastball essentially right down the middle and threw it right by him.
So here's Derek Lee. He's 4 for 10 with a homer off Linebrink in his career. Lee 1 for 2 today with a single and a walk. All speed, first pitch strike.
He's got a lot of those numbers against many pitchers, as he's been 280 hitter for a long time in this league.
That's nice to see. A little change up right there. And the count 0-2.
Lee is the RBI leader of the Cubs with 39.
Outfield, straight up. Bit of a gap out there in left center. Beckham back and off the line at third. He gone. Strikes out the side. That didn't take long. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It is still 5-0. but we're 10-4.
Well, the Sox have played very well on the road, and this being an emotional series, but you put this in the rearview mirror. There's still one game to be played between these two teams. Don't forget it. It's September 3rd. That's the makeup of a rainout back at Wrigley Field. But the Sox will have taken a 1-game lead with 3 more outs, 1-game lead in their series lifetime. Of course, that doesn't mean a great deal. What does mean a great deal is they played a very good game today.
Cubs took the opener here 5-4 in a very exciting ball game. And yesterday in another very exciting ball game, Sox in a seesaw battle won at 8-7 on Beckham's hit in the 9th. But right here, only 1 home run today. As we go back to the top of the order, Posednik, Ramirez, and Dye. And that pitch up high. It's 0 for 2. He was also hit by a pitch, walked, and he has scored a run. Count evens at 1 to Scotty Paz.
Patton went 1 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, struck out 1, gave up no runs. And Hart comes into this one for just the 3rd time since being recalled from the minor leagues.
And that is the final from Houston. Tigers beat the Astros 4-3. Minnesota leading St. Louis 5-2, bottom of the 8th in St. Louis.
San Francisco is killing Milwaukee.
There's a chopper. Lee makes his own pop right there. Watch out. One out.
Time now for our Dodge drive of the game, and it came in the 3rd inning. Carlos Zambrano against Ramirez for the 2nd time in as many games hangs a slider. This one leaves the ballpark, giving the Sox a 2-0 lead, and that's the Dodge drive of the game.
Alexi with a couple other hits. He's 3 for 4.
And a fine defensive play that got John Danks out of a big spot in the 6th inning.
Bases loaded, 2 out, ball hitting the hole. The only play was to go to 3rd, and Alexei, who was playing him perfectly, playing him way to pull, stumbled and then still got it over to Beckham.
There's something going on in the Cub dugout that's held things up. Apparently it's a few folks with a little too much time on their hands.
There's the ball and count 2-0. Softly hit. And 2 down.
With the bases loaded and an 0-1 count on Soto, he hits it right in the hole where Ramirez on a short hop has one play, that to 3rd base. And a lot of times a 3rd baseman will act as a spectator because he moves to his left. Beckham, inexperienced at 3rd, did a great job of getting to the bag. Ramirez had only one play. He made it. And it's still no runs on the board through 8 innings for the Cubs.
So here's Jermaine. He is 1 for 4. Big rip, and the count 1-1. Once again, Reminder tomorrow, a game right here on Comcast Sportsnet from Cleveland. Gavin Floyd against Carl Pavano. Now on Tuesday, also right here on Comcast Sportsnet, Clayton Richard against Cliff Lee. That one hangs inside.
That's what that Cleveland series is going to look like. Cleveland's having their problems, but they do have a decent enough offense.
That ball hit hard into center field. Stretch. Fukudome back, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah! Number 18 for Dye. And it is 6-0.
Well, Jermaine was trying to get that 45th run batted in. They got him by the rule book last time up, but this time, a no-doubter. Here's our Ford home run replay. It's a fastball up and out over the plate. Kevin Hart surrenders the home run. That's the first run he's given up.
Tommy fouls it away. Big Jim 1 for 4. One and one to count. With 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. 6-13-1 for the Sox. 0-4-1 for the Cubs. Two balls and a strike. Top of the 9th in Milwaukee, 7-0 Giants. Right here, the pitch from Hart. They got the shift on. Big hack by Tommy.
This score holds up. Cincinnati will actually be playing .500 baseball, and the Cubs will be 2 games under. That's pretty surprising.
Another big hack. Big Jim trying to unload on one. Pick up number 555. All alone in 13th place. Reggie Jackson next with 563. And that's ball 4. So here comes Paulie. Paulie double back in the second. He's 1 for 4. And now Jason Nix going to run for Tommy.
He scored from second on a base hit yesterday. But Ozzie doesn't want to test those legs anymore today.
Good ball, good one. Fukudome once again very deep out there in center. There's another curveball hit down the third. They force Nix at second, and that'll retire the side. We will go to the ninth with that home run by Jermaine Dye, making it a 6-0 Sox lead. Get analysis and the Big Hurt Frank Thomas, Todd Hollinsworth, Doug Glanville, and Bill Melton. Plus, listen in on Ozzie and Lou's post-game remarks. Don't miss U.S. Cellular Crosstown Classic post-game live immediately following the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Dwayne Wise shifts over to right field, and Brian Anderson comes in the game in center field.
First pitch strike.
That's a strike, and it hit off A.J.'s glove and bound away. Here's Brian Anderson in center field. A.J.'s looking at his glove as if to wonder if the webbing is still intact.
And there's another strike. So Fox with an 0-2 count. He is struck out, hit into a 5-4-3 double play and walked.
That was a changeup from line break.
I'm just glad he threw one last time. I'm just glad to see him get off speed, something off speed over. You'll see a lot less aggressive swings when the guy is getting the off speed pitch over.
Well, he's got 3 of them then. He's got the splitter. They have to respect that. His fastball is certainly good enough at 91. And if he gets a straight change at 81 over, that's a lot of disparity.
If he gets the splitter and the change over. If he doesn't, he's the one-pitch pitcher.
And here it is.
And there it goes.
But today he looks pretty good.
Yes, he does. Well, you know he was going to come out of it. Soto is grounded to third, gone back to the pitcher, and also hit into a 6-5 fielder's choice. Watch out. Got up over Stevie's head. He was ready. He was on point.
I thought they might have had a shot at that one, but it came back with a little something on it.
You've been there and done that before.
Yep. But in those days, I even tried to get away from them. Sometimes they just stuck in the glove.
Two and one to count. And it's 3 balls in the strike with Friel on deck. High into left field. Podge now Fighting the wind, the sun, the elements, backing back, stays right with it.
Well, that's a tough play, too, because he's looking right up into the sun, and the wind almost took that ball out of the ballpark. Soto really didn't get a good piece of it. I'm not sure why Scotty's calling for it, because there's nobody in the same area code as he is.
I got a kick out of that yesterday with Scotty. That's Gerald Cousins. You going to call me out for oversliding the bag? Because he said, what do you think I'm doing here?
You overslid the bag.
That was. So here's Friel. He is 1 for 1. Checks it up, fouls it off.
I think it's Micah Hoffbauer in the on-deck circle. No, it's Fukudome.
No, he's not quite big enough, though.
No, Hoffbauer is a big man.
And the count 1-2. $39,745. And the 2-2 pitch. He gone. And this ball game is over. Sox take the rubber match. They win it 6-0, and what a nice job by Johnny Danks.
Great job by John Danks as he evened his record at 6-6. And the ace of the Cubs staff, Carlos Zambrano, came up small today.
All right, time now for our Lexus Pursuing Perfection player of the game. It is the 24-year-old southpaw Johnny Danks. Battled hard out there today, competed with him, 7 innings, 4 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. That's your Lexus Pursuing Perfection player of the game. So for my partner, Steve Stone, for our Hall of Fame director and birthday boy today, Jim Angio, our producer, Mike Leary, associate producer Dave Ross, also the man who runs the booth up here.